These are the two accommodation choices that will make or break your Disneyland vacation as an Australian family: staying on Disney property or off-site hotels. For Australian Disney travelers specifically, this decision comes down to one brutal truth. You will pay anywhere from 1,500 to 5,000 Australian dollars more to stay on site, but what you get in return might just be worth every penny. Let me paint the picture of what you are choosing between. When Walt Disney opened Disneyland on July 17, 1955, the property consisted of just the park, its parking lot, and the original Disneyland Hotel. Today, that has evolved into 3 premium Disney resort hotels that promise magic at your doorstep, versus 57 carefully vetted good neighbor hotels that offer proximity without the premium price tag. The crown jewel of Disney's accommodation empire is the Grand Californian Hotel and Spa. This Craftsman-style masterpiece celebrates California with its redwood-themed pool and elegant artwork throughout the resort. You are looking at $600 to $1,100 per night for standard rooms, with suites starting around $1,500 and climbing well over $2,000. For Australian families, that translates to roughly $850 to $1,500 Australian dollars per night, sometimes more depending on the exchange rate. But here is what makes the Grand Californian special. It has its own private entrance directly into Disney California Adventure Park. No crowds, no lines at security, no fighting for parking. You literally walk from your hotel lobby into the park. The hotel also features character dining at Storytellers Cafe and Disney Vacation Club villas for families considering ownership options. As one Disney blogger says, if it is a once-in-a-lifetime trip or special occasion and you are dead set on staying on site, we would highly recommend choosing Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa. It is typically the most expensive of the trio, but it is also the most worth it, from our perspective. The Disneyland Hotel offers something even more magical: pure Disney history. This is the original hotel of Disneyland, and they have leaned into that legacy hard. The headboards in the rooms actually light up with Sleeping Beauty's castle and play when you wish upon a star at the push of a button. Room rates range from $464 to $631 per night, though recent bookings have shown prices as low as $424 and as high as $1,711. The hotel houses the infamous Trader Sam's Tiki Bar, themed after the Jungle Cruise, which has become a destination in its own right. Then there is the newest addition, Pixar Place Hotel. This property immerses guests in the artistry of Pixar animation studios, from lobby to rooftop pool deck. It is typically the most budget-friendly of the 3 Disney options, though budget-friendly is relative when you are talking about Disney pricing. All 3 hotels connect seamlessly to the parks via the downtown Disney district, which serves as the entertainment and shopping hub between your accommodation and the magic. Now, let's talk about what staying on site actually gets you beyond the themed rooms and Disney magic. Until January 5, 2026, hotel guests receive 30-minute early entry to a designated theme park every day of their stay. The schedule alternates. Disneyland Park opens early on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, while Disney California Adventure gets early entry on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. But here is where things get interesting. Starting January 5, 2026, Disney is changing the game completely. They are ending the early entry benefit and giving every registered hotel guest 1 free Lightning Lane multi-pass attraction per stay. This matters because Lightning Lane passes typically cost extra and can save you hours of waiting in line. You will manage all of this through the Disneyland app, which becomes your central hub for dining reservations, Lightning Lane bookings, and hotel services. The hidden costs pile up quickly when staying on Disney property. Hotel parking runs $40 per night for self-parking at Pixar Place Hotel and $45 per night at the other Disney hotels. Valet is $75 per night. That is on top of the $40 daily parking fee if you drive to the park separately. For a 4-night stay, you are looking at an additional $160 to $180 just for parking. So what's the alternative? Good Neighbor Hotels are Disney's answer to giving families more options without sacrificing quality. These 57 properties are vetted by Disney for proximity and service standards. They are classified as moderate, deluxe, superior, or suites, and the price difference is staggering. Take the Abbey's Anaheim Inn at $112 per night. That is 79% cheaper than Disney's hotels. The Alamo Inn and Suites comes in at $121, saving you 77%. Even mid-range options like the Quality Inn and Suites Anaheim at the park cost just $136 per night. Those are real savings. The Candy Cane Inn has become a standout favorite among Good Neighbor hotels. Guests can see Disneyland fireworks from the hotel, and a free shuttle takes you to the parks. In truth, it is only a 10 to 15 minute walk to the Disneyland entrance. They also include a free continental breakfast, which can save families significant money over a multi-day stay. For Australian families, the math becomes even more compelling when you factor in the current exchange rate. As of March 2026, $1 Australian equals about 71 US cents. That means you are paying roughly 41% more for everything in Australian dollar terms. One Australian travel blogger noted that the Aussie dollar is not your friend right now, with the exchange rate sitting low, and everything costs 10 to 15% more than it feels like it should. A 4-night stay for a family of 4 at the Grand Californian could cost anywhere from $3,400 to $6,200 Australian dollars just for accommodation. Compare that to a Good Neighbor hotel at $640 to $780 Australian dollars for the same period, and you are looking at potential savings of $2,100 to $50,000 Australian dollars per trip. For Australian families planning multiple visits, it is worth considering Magic Key annual passes, which can provide significant value across multiple trips. But money is not everything, and distance matters. Here is where it gets surprising. Some Good Neighbor hotels actually offer shorter walks to the park entrances than Disney's own Disneyland hotel. The proximity argument that Disney uses to justify their premium pricing does not always hold up under scrutiny. The real question becomes, what are you actually paying for? Disney hotel guests get themed experiences, character dining options, and that intangible Disney magic from the moment you check in. The Grand Californian's Napa Rose restaurant is a 5-star dining destination, though it is currently closed for refurbishment until fall 2025. The Disneyland Hotel offers Trader Sam's, which has developed its own cult following. There is also the convenience factor that cannot be ignored. As one reviewer noted, it is so much more relaxing not to deal with parking or traffic in the morning, and maybe even taking the monorail into Disneyland Park. For families traveling with young children, especially those dealing with jet lag, this convenience can be invaluable. Speaking of jet lag, Australian families need to factor in some unique considerations that other visitors do not face. The time difference means your first few days could be rough. Some families swear by the Time Shifter app for managing jet lag with adults, though it is less effective with young children who might melt down at 3 p.m, regardless of preparation. Transportation from airports to Disneyland adds another layer of complexity to your planning. While most Australians fly into Los Angeles International Airport, known as LAX, John Wayne Airport in Orange County is actually much closer, about 15 miles versus 40 miles from LAX. From LAX, you are looking at about 40 miles and multiple options. A taxi costs around $100 or more. Private shuttle services like Primetime Shuttle start at $68 for private rides, or $17 per person for shared rides. Some Australian families report spending around $345 Australian dollars total on airport transfers and local Uber rides during their stay. The bottom line comes down to this reality check. If you are planning a once-in-a-lifetime trip and money is not the primary concern, staying on Disney property delivers an experience you cannot replicate elsewhere. The ability to walk back to your hotel for midday naps, the themed environments, and the exclusive benefits create memories that last beyond the vacation. But if you are budget conscious or planning multiple visits, Good Neighbor hotels offer tremendous value that is hard to ignore. You will sacrifice some magic and convenience, but you will save thousands of dollars that could go toward experiences, souvenirs, or future trips. The choice ultimately comes down to your priorities, budget, and travel style as a family. Disney's on-site hotels deliver premium experiences at premium prices, while good neighbor hotels provide practical, comfortable accommodations that keep you close to the magic without breaking the bank. Either way, you are going to Disneyland, and that is pretty magical, regardless of where you rest your head at night.